welcome. This live is going to take you through some of the resources we have to support with SAT prep, which is really exciting. So I'm going to be showcasing some resources that you can use to help with your planning and prep for the year 6 SATs in particular. And I know May, around the time when you're doing SATs, feels like a long way away, but in a blink of an eye it really will be here. When I taught in year 2, I was always thinking around this time of year about how I can make sure that my class are really ready to sit those papers. So I'm going to introduce some of our brand new resources, showcase some of our older resources, which are total gems, and also give you a sneak peek of some of the resources that we have on the way as well. So there's a little bit of everything, something for everyone, I'm hoping. I think the first thing that we're going to start with is our Mistake Investigators resources, which I did do a little bit of a demo on in a Facebook Live just before Christmas, but I am going to talk through these again just so you can have a look at them. And I absolutely love these resources. We have Mistake Investigators for both maths and for reading, brand new for this year. So let me show you where you can find them. They are just for year 6 at the moment. And if you click into year 6 maths, and you can see we've got this category here. I'm toggled on CS Maths Scheme, but I believe it also appears in Classic View as well. That says SATs preparation. So clicking in here will take you through to some of the resources we have for SATs, and specifically our Mistake Investigators resources, which you can see there. For Maths Mistake Investigators, we're going to have one of these for each of the key topics in year 6. We've got 3 online at the moment, with more on the way. We're going to be dropping one every single week over the next few weeks. I'll just quickly show you where to find the reading Mistake Investigators. A very similar route. You go into year 6 reading, and again we've got this category here called SATs preparation, and when you click on here you'll be taken through to a category page with all of the resources we have for year 6 SATs for reading. And you can see that we've got set 1, set 2 and set 3 here for the reading Mistake Investigators. They are a little bit different, rather than covering topics, we're just dropping sets of these, and we've got 3 sets available to begin with. So first thing that I want to do is jump in and take a look at the Maths Mistake Investigators. So just a reminder again how to get to those. Click into SATs Prep when you're in the Maths menu, and you can see they're all here. You can use this button to quick download if you are logged in. The first one is actually free as well, so you don't have to be paid to access a paying subscriber to access these resources, but you do need to have an account with us and you do need to be logged in. I have opened the fractions one, I've downloaded it, but I've got it open in a tab here. So this is the year 6 fractions resource, and what you can see having a look through this is that we've picked out the key objectives from the curriculum and created one worksheet for each of the objectives. So the first one is use common factors and common multiples to simplify fractions, compare and order fractions, and so on and so forth. And you'll see, I think in this pack we have, is it 5 or 6, maybe even more, 7 question pages, and then we go into some answer pages as well. Now that's a new addition. We've added in the answer pages because we think that's really useful, save you time when marking. We've included the answer sheets at the end, and you can see on each of the pages that it presents 4 questions which a child has answered. And when your class is completing this resource, they need to identify whether the child has answered each question correctly or incorrectly. The majority of these are actually incorrect, but we have thrown in some ones that are correct, just in and amongst to check children are fully switched on, just to keep them on their toes rather than just assuming that they're all wrong. And this promotes children's reasoning skills, as well as providing an opportunity to consolidate a previously taught learning by fixing the mistake if there is a mistake. So for the incorrect answers, children need to explain the mistake and then find the correct answer. We've found that this resource line for maths particularly has been really popular so far. I was really excited to get these online because I just think that they are such a nice way to revise and also get a bit of dialogue and discussion going around the answers that have been provided as well. Are they right? Are they not right? I'm going to open up one of the reading mistake investigators that we've got. It's a similar premise, but delivered in a slightly different way visually. So again, mistakes have been made, which children need to identify, explain, and correct. The kind of purpose of it is the same, but each page, rather than it focusing on an objective, like in maths, each page focuses on a different question type from the SATs paper. So you can see that we've got, the first one is tick one box, the next one is order the events, then we've got copy one word, and this is a great way to familiarise children with the styles of questions that they'll be seeing on the SATs paper. For example, the tick one box one, it's not actually on this example resource I'm showing you, but I remember that sinking feeling where you've got a tick one question and a child ticks two boxes and you kind of stood behind them as they're filling it out thinking, oh, if I could just say to you, it says tick one, read the question. This resource and practicing those question types over and over again will really help to prevent that from happening, that sinking feeling, that feeling of dread when you see a child making a very, very obvious mistake. We've all been there and it happens to everyone at some point. I've said this once already, but I really love the name of the resource, Mistake Investigators. I think it's a really engaging title and I do think you can have a bit of fun with that, playing into the investigation or the detective side of things too. We've got some nice visuals in the corners. You can see of a detective with a magnifying glass doing some investigating. So I think it opens up quite a few opportunities there for how you want to use it. While we're on reading, I also want to show you the reading SATs practice resources we've got, which are brand new for this year. So I'm just going to take us back to SATs prep for reading. And you can see when this page loads that we've got the Mistake Investigators, which I've just opened up and showed to you, but we've also got this reading SATs practice resource as well, which is brand new for this year. So I'm just going to take you through what that looks like. So for the SATs practice, we've got sets. Again, we're going to be releasing 5 to begin with, but if they prove to be popular, which I really do think that they will be, we'll definitely investigate getting more added, but we need your feedback for that. So if it's a resource you really like, please do let us know. And again, similar to the Mistake Investigators really, it focuses on the key question types from the SATs paper and just provides practice questions for the children to complete. It's ideal for giving the children a little bit of a variety rather than just providing them with past papers in bulk for them to complete. That's quite a bulky activity, that's quite time consuming. This is supposed to be a little bit more bite-sized, providing more of a quick revision opportunity. It's not as hefty, so it's better for quick consolidation or quick recaps if that's something that you're looking for. With all of these resources, you don't have to print out and give the full set of questions to your class. You can pick from certain pages, certain question types, giving you full and true flexibility and choice regarding how you use this. So you could do 1 page a day, you could do it in the morning as a starter, at the beginning of each lesson, or if you've just got 10 minutes and you need a filler activity that also has that educational value, these kind of resources as well as Mistake Investigators are perfect for that really. Some of these do span over two pages, so you just need to kind of identify and make sure that you're picking the right thing and you've got everything you need for the children to complete it. But some of these are just a 1-page grab and go, which I really like, and it gives the choice entirely up to you about how you want to use it. So that's really exciting. It's been a while since we've put out any sort of new resources for SATs for reading, so it's really nice to be bringing out all of this new content and talking to you about it today. In terms of other SATs practice resources we've got, I'm talking about more historical resources that have been on our website for a number of years but are still excellent quality resources and always prove to be really popular. I want to show you some of those, and again, you'll find them in this kind of year 6 SATs preparation resources, and our newer ones are at the top, but once you scroll down you start to see some of our older resources. Like I say, always really, really popular. We've got resource packs focusing again on individual question types from the SATs papers. This one's always so popular. Number the events, reading test practice. I think that this is one that children tend to struggle with, at least that's what the data's telling me in terms of what our customers are looking at. So, you know, if your class are specifically struggling with ordering events, for example, you can be really precise and give them an activity targeted towards that skill specifically rather than making them look at everything. So it really allows you to have that best use of time and pick something that's very specific to the needs of you and your class as well. Taking a look at some of the more historical SATs prep resources for maths, again you'll find it in classic view is where we have a little bit more to look at for this. We've got such a wide range of SATs prep resources sitting on this page. We have quick arithmetic tests, which you can see an example here, adding 4-digit numbers to 3-digit numbers. We've got sample papers in here. We've got questions around different mathematical skills, or packs to recap objectives from previous year groups as well. So, you know, for example, numbers in digits and words, reasoning test practice. Yes, you kind of teach that in year 1 and year 2, but you'd be surprised how many children can get into Key Stage 2 and seem to forget how to spell the number names. So that's useful to give to your year 6 children, even if it's already been taught a few years ago, because we know that in those SATs papers, they are covering objectives from previously taught year groups, some of which they might not have been thinking about for the past few months or even the past few years. So that's why on this tile you can see it says all, because it's for all of our year groups to access. Some of these are also differentiated as well, so you can kind of pick out a level based on the complexity that you're looking for, and so that you can really tailor it to the needs of the learners in your class. Again, useful for a recap, for revision, even an intervention. Really, it gives you full flexibility about how you want to use them. But I'd seriously recommend having a look at this page. There's 62 resources we have on here, and when I was looking through it earlier, I couldn't believe quite how much we have. I really do think that it's a treasure trove of useful resources that are sure to save you time. So please do take a look, because there's so much high quality content on here that I'm sure you'll get a lot out of. But what I've got on here is our SATs Boost timetable, and this really is a sneak peek. This is a super popular resource that we released actually a couple of years ago. However, this year it's undergoing a little bit of a makeover, which is why I couldn't access it on the website. But when it does go onto the website, you'll find it in the same category as the ones I've just shown you, that SATs preparation category. That's where it will be. You will also see it on the logged in dashboard as well. So for those of you who are familiar with SATs Boost, it does look a little bit different this year. We just want to give it a little bit of a facelift, make it slightly easier for people to use, and bring it in line with our latest branding as well. So like I say, we're currently putting the finishing touches on this, and what I'm showing you today is just a sample, but it will be online and ready to use from February half term. So I'm going to tell you why I think this resource is such a lifesaver. I think the SATs Boost timetable really is a lifesaver. This resource provides an in-depth 7-week timetable which allows you to revise all of the key areas for the SATs papers for year 6, and it's been carefully considered and meticulously planned out in terms of what you cover when, to show that progression and make sure that you've got full coverage of all of the objectives that children would need to be confident and comfortable with before attempting their SATs. It's a 7-week timetable. It covers spelling, GPS and maths, so apart from reading, all of the other main areas that you would need for SATs. Plans out all of the objectives and specific lessons you would need to revise and recap. If you're looking for full coverage and everything given to you on a platter, this resource is the one for you. So like I said, this is a sample, so I've only got the first 2 weeks available here, but looking, we've got week 1 here, and you can see we've got each day of the week, and then underneath a series of resources that are linked. And you can see it's similar for week 2, and each day of each week you're looking at slightly different objectives to ensure that you've got that full coverage. Looking at week 1 in particular, then you've got a comprehensive breakdown for each day of the week. Like I've already said, you've got spelling, you've got GPS and you've got maths. This is all colour coded nicely to match the colours that are on our website for these subjects. And for each of these, as I'm hovering over them, you can see that these are direct links to individual resources on our website or groups of resources to support the recap of specific objectives. And we've got this key in the top corner. So depending on whether it's a worksheet covering the objective, a full lesson, that will be a whole group of resources around an objective, or SAT style questions similar to the ones that I've just shown you. this key tells you what it is. And again, that just gives you a little bit of variety. So if we have a look, we could look at a full lesson, we could look at worksheets, we could look at SAT style questions. What should we look at? Let's have a look now. The team have assured me, again, these links are working. We've been plagued with a few technical issues in this live, so let's see. What I've clicked on here is a link to a lesson, and the lesson has opened. So the objective was compare and order. It's brought me through to a page with all of the resources that you can use to recap the objective, compare and order for year 6, which is amazing. If we go back and I click on S, S is for the SATs style questions. If I open this up, this should take us through to the resource page specifically for this objective, which it does. It's a SAT style question for identifying the number. And if we go back, the only other one that we've not done is a worksheet. So we've got a worksheet for read, write and compare and order numbers. Again, that will take you through directly to the resource page for that resource. So this resource, the SATs Boost Timetable, is really nice because it brings everything that you would ever possibly need over a 7-week recap period into one place. You don't have to spend time looking through the menu, searching, trawling through what you need. If you are looking for a all-in-one, one-stop shop for your year 6 SATs revision, this is the resource to use. It's so quick to use, it's so easy to use, and I'm really excited for us to get this fully updated and get it online. Like I said, it should hopefully be on for around February half term, but maybe slightly before, and then that allows you the 7 weeks on the run up to the SATs to use it. So, apologies for the technical issues we had there. I'm glad you could finally see the Boost Timetable in the end. I'm just going to move back to it just being me. But I think that was everything that I wanted to show you guys today. Hopefully it's given you a little bit more of a detailed insight as to the resources we offer for SATs prep and for that revision, as well as a bit of guidance on where to find them on the website. As you know, a few months ago we moved on to our new website, so things are in slightly different places. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to the new journeys you have to get through to find the resources you want. I really do appreciate that. So these lives are always really useful for showing you how to access them. I just want to finish by saying that we have so much variety and so many wonderful in-depth resources to choose from on our website. So just have an explore and discover how you can use them in your classroom. Thank you so much for watching.